All right, so let me take a little bit of time away from construction of the home to break down the math, the play, the strategy, the real estate investment strategy called BrRRR. Now, that is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. This is a strategy that's been used for years and years. People debate back and forth about the profitability of it. But I'm going to break down the play that I put together and bring you right into the math, show you all the numbers, how you put this thing together, right? And how you make money. Come with me to the spreadsheet. So, the breakdown of the initial investment is 40K to purchase the property, 186,000 to actually rehab the property. There's some acquisition costs, lawyers, fees, things like that, or loan origination, or just holding money for a period of time comes with costs. And then there's this initial loan amount, or this total loan amount, and this is the amount that I'm actually borrowing from other people. The rest of the money comes from me. So the total cash investment on my part is this 40K right here. Now, in this scenario, you get this money to do the rehab, right? And I'll say that not all of this money is my money, right? You have outside loans that you get as well. So you have a private lender, you have Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, Beacon, my mom, right? Other financiers. And then that's outside financing, right? And then you have other assets that you can leverage to actually bring additional capital into this deal. Now, in this scenario, my total cash investment is 40K, like out of pocket. In order to pay off the loans, right, there's $195,000, this same number up here that I need to pay off after I refinance, right? Because now I'm entering in a period where I have this property that I just rehabbed. It doesn't have a mortgage on it. We're going to originate a mortgage on it. And once that mortgage amount comes in, we need to pay off everything that we owe, right? Some of the money is we're paying ourselves back. And the other amount of money is outside financing that allow for us to bring this asset to bear. There's some costs in originating loans. And then you look at the new mortgage amount, right? So at this amount right here is actually 70% of the after repair value, right? So my assumption is that it will appraise for about 340, right? This is a better case scenario, right? I think it will at least appraise for 300 to 320. I think it has a really good likelihood of appraising for 340. We'll create this scenario at 340. So at 340, we take a total mortgage out of 238. That still leaves $100,000 in equity in the home, right? So that just is this new equity that you forced through forced appreciation, right? New equity created in this home. But from a dollars and cents standpoint, we pay back the 195. Now some of that is we're paying ourselves back, right? Money that we used of our own assets. And once you take that amount from the new mortgage amount, you're left with $38,000 that is just cash coming back to me, right? Now, with that 38,000, my initial investment was the 40K, and then you factor in some of these costs that you come along with, like having this money, and it's me actually like not necessarily losing $7,000, but the difference between the money that I put in and the money that I'm getting out right now, I'll be short about $7,000. Now, I'll do math more on this one. I don't think my monthly payments will actually come out to be, this expensive, and because you actually take out some of the loan. But let's just call it that, $7,000, right? But I'm getting that $38,000 back in cash. So what essentially is being created here is $38,000 in cash that I'll get back, $102,000 in equity that'll be in the home, and then it also serves as an asset because I will be renting this property out. and I'm renting it out for, I'm calling it $2,200 a month, which in the area for a 3-bedroom unit is the rate that it's going at. I've seen numbers as high as 27 for some of these newly remodeled condos. I'm asking for 22 for a full single family newly renovated home. My assumption is that I'll be able to get that amount. That gives me net operating income of about $22,000, $22,800 a year. And then you subtract out the mortgage payments. That leaves you at about $3,000 a year. I don't know, quick fuzzy math, you're going to get like shortly less, a little bit less than 300. So you're at about 280 or so a month in cash payments. So what this looks like is $48,000 back, and an asset that has $102,000 worth of equity in it, and me receiving payments of nearly $300 a month. And that's the BrRRR method, right? The next step with this would be, okay, how can you roll the cash that you got from this refinance possibly into a down payment on a new unit or a new multifamily unit, which is something that I will explore once we get over the initial hump of completing all of this. If you've made it to this point, you should subscribe. I am trying to give you the realist view of how to get this, real estate investment thing off the ground. If you like it, subscribe.